Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. In my last video I talked about Banjo-Kazooie, and that was a kind of more, I don't want to say negative, but sadder tone video, and this one won't be as sad of tone, but it's more so of the same. But this time we're going back to talk about not Banjo-Kazooie, but Kirby. And I know this is a franchise that gets a lot more love, obviously. It's under Nintendo. I'm sure if Banjo-Kazooie was under Nintendo, we probably would see more love to it, actually, sadly. As much as I disagree with a lot of what Nintendo does, I want to say that they probably would have given it better treatment. Could be wrong on that, but anyways, that's totally beside the point. So today, if you're a Kirby fan, we're going to be going all the way back to Kirby Crystal Shard, N64 days again. And I haven't played this game in a little while, but man, this game is so awesome. I absolutely adore this game. So if you're a fan of Kirby, if you played Crystal Shard, let me know down below and we'll just get into it. But first and foremost, hello everybody, I am your Statistax. On this channel, I pretty much do any coverage gaming and talk about anything gaming, whether it's retrospectives, news, reviews, whatever. I do it here. Obviously I don't get like review codes like other YouTubers because this is a smaller channel, but I still will come out with my thoughts and everything and my opinions, and love to hear from all of you. Honestly, it's the main reason why I do it, is because I want that reciprocation, and I want to be able to hear from all of you because I just love getting to hear the community's thoughts and opinions individually. And of course, I always encourage everyone to go down to the description and click on the links for Instagram and Twitter and follow me over there, and we can have some fun discussions and such. And honestly, you'll probably get an idea of what I'm currently playing, because a lot of times when I'm playing a game, I just get random thoughts and stuff, and I just kind of like throw it out there, especially on Twitter, more so Twitter I post on, but either one, give them a follow, and we can have some fun discussions. Anyways, with that, let's get right into it. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shard, was an absolutely incredible game, and a special Kirby game based off of this one mechanic that I'll go over in a little bit. First, let's talk, the basics, which is the plot of the game was just, there was like this, what was it, like dark matter kind of stuff. I'm not reading off of anything, this is honestly a lot of it just off the top of my head, so I apologize if I get anything wrong or anything, just correct me down below. There's gonna be a handful of things that I don't exactly remember like 100%, like I'm struggling to remember the painter lady's name. I honestly can't remember. Was it Adelaide, I think? I don't know. But the plot was this like dark matter stuff that was coming through, and all these getting to all the Kirby's friends and stuff, and Kirby goes around and basically kind of takes out the dark matter out of them by fighting them essentially, and then the character afterward joins them in the party in the fight. Not gameplay wise, you don't actually have them with you in gameplay, but they do occasionally show up in your levels and like throw you items and stuff, which is really cool. Like Adelaide, I gotta check to see if that's the name. Hold on. Okay, I was so close. It's Adeline. That's how you. Okay, so Adeline was. I think Adelaide is from the Outer Worlds. I don't know. That's totally beside the point. But Adeline will like randomly, show up in a level and like draw you like a friggin' like a tomato, the maximum tomato thing, which heals you 100%. Stuff like that, which is really cool. It's kind of like that flavor in the game. I loved Adeline's like drawing things, like when you fought her, or like the dark matter her, whatever. I loved like how they animated the sketching of it all and everything. I loved how it looked. It's so cool. And I love the graphics for this game. They aged so well. Like for an N64 game, honestly, you could just do a straight port for the graphics and it wouldn't even look bad. Like this game, they styled it so well that it looks great. The soundtrack is amazing. I love the soundtrack. That could be nostalgia talking. No, it's not. The soundtrack is just actually really great. But it does, I will say, like if I hear some tracks, they hit with like a tsunami of nostalgia, waves and waves just washing over me, and I just get all these memories playing with my brothers. And yeah, this was a huge game for my childhood. It was absolutely a fun, incredible game, because it's not just the single player story mode where you're going around saving everybody from from the dark matter and everything, there was also the, I don't know what they call it, I guess party modes or whatever, where you can like you can play the like 4 players, or you can add bots into it if you don't have 4 players. And of course, you know, in order to have 4 players, it had to be 4 people sitting in your house. This was before online, you know, back then, in the good old days, right? So it was, you know, back when you'd get the couch co-op going and you'd be sitting there with your friends, your cousins, your brothers, whatever, even maybe your parents, and yeah, you'd all be sitting on the couch together and you'd be playing games. And this was one of those games that me and my brothers and my cousins and friends all would gather around all the time and play the mini games, which they were just so fun. But let me I know I'm all over the place with this one. It's this is a video that's going to be more directionless, to be completely honest. I just really wanted to talk about this game because I was watching videos on it, like just people playing it and stuff and listening to the soundtracks and all that, and it just hit me. Like, I really miss this game. I do have it. I have it somewhere. Not next to me, but I do have it. So I've been playing a lot of other more modern day Kirby games. I even played the one for the Switch, which the name of it is escaping me right now. But this one, the Kirby 64 Crystal Shards, just hits so different because they did something that they never did again. They never ever did it again. And that is the mixing of powers, which I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if anybody else that plays Kirby games even cares. I don't know if there's any like huge Kirby fans out there. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Kirby fan, but I've definitely played enough of their games to the point where the franchise is like on my radar. And when I hear anything like, oh, there's a new Kirby game coming or something, I'm not like ridiculously excited, but I definitely am interested, and I really enjoyed the one for the Switch. I think Kirby games have gotten too easy as an adult, but I mean, they're Kirby games. You know what I mean? Like, they're just kind of like relax, enjoy. It's not gonna be anything too crazy difficult or anything like that. So they're just really nice, enjoyable games. If you've never played one, I definitely recommend giving it a shot, and the Switch one is a great one to start with if you ever wanted to try one. I just wish that they would bring back the mechanic, though, of mixing abilities. So if you've never played a Kirby game, the way it works is like you suck up enemies, and certain ones, when you kind of like suck them up and like essentially consume them, I don't know how else to put it, you gain a part of their power. And you can use that then against other enemies. So like, I don't know, breathing fire or throwing a part of yourself as a boomerang, because like there'll be enemies in Kirby 64 that throw like boomerangs. And if you suck them up, then you get their ability, but it's kind of funny. It's like almost like you throw a part of yourself as a boomerang. And then there's like another one where you can mix and match. I think it's if you mix the fire with boomerang, you can shoot like flame arrows, like kind of like an archer or something. That one's cool. My favorite one is fireworks. I can't remember what that's mixed with. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I can't remember the certain combinations, but my favorite one to get is fireworks. It's such a fun thing to do, but it's just the first time you played, and me as a kid, me as a child, when I played this game, I constantly was like combining abilities, seeing what different ones I could get, just constantly trying to get different ones. Honestly, there was probably times where I struggled in the game as a child more than I should have, because my focus was more on, okay, what new abilities can I find, instead of like, okay, let me get the best ability so that I can just get through this level. Because there was definitely, and I feel like it's in every Kirby game, they have like levels where it's like suggestive as to like what the best ability is for that level. But child me didn't care. I just wanted to be able to mess around and get all the different abilities and use them all and try them all out. So I just kind of like threw away whatever and just kind of would get whatever else I could, because I just wanted to try them all. And then I just started thinking of this. There was the fun like end level screen thing where like it's Kirby like swinging his arms, getting ready to jump on like the picnic blanket for one of the different things lined up on there, and like you had to press A at the right time and aim in the right direction to try and get the right item at the end. And I always sucked at it. Even now I suck at it. So I mean, you know, whatever, but I'm not that good at that part. I don't know I don't know why I just, even as an adult, can't comprehend and understand where and when I'm supposed to press A to jump for the item. Just never was able to do it right. And it's very rare and like a mystery when I actually get what I was aiming for. But this game, the levels that they had were so awesome. One of the ones that comes to mind for me is I think it's the desert level when you go underground or whatever, and then King Dedede throws you on his back and carries Kirby along, and you start playing as King Dedede, and you can, you have a few different things. This game is just such a fun adventure to go on. It's purely an adventure game with a, obviously linear plot line and all that, but it's such a fun adventure to go on. So if you're looking for an old game that you've never played before, I totally recommend this one. Wherever you're gonna play it, like, just try to get it somewhere and play it, because it is an amazing game to play. So fun. The style, like I said, just it aged so well. Like, it didn't spoil or anything. The graphics for this game aren't bad. You're not gonna be like hurting to try and play this game. Like, your eyes aren't gonna hurt or anything. This game, it's such a special game. For anybody out there that can relate, anybody out there that has childhood memories of them playing, like, write it down below. I want to hear all the nostalgia and everything, because that's where I am right now. I remember being a kid, and I'll go into the mini games now, playing with my brothers. It was just so fun. I remember on my mom's side of the family, my grandmother paid for like her entire family, including me and my brothers and all my cousins and my aunts and uncles, everybody. She paid for all of us to go on vacation in these lodges, which we all had our own rooms and everything. It was insane. It was such a one-of-a-kind kind of memory from my childhood, where it happened a handful of years. I always treasure it, and I remember being a child, me, my brothers, and all of my cousins in one of the people's rooms, like, among my family, and we'd have the N64 set up, the original Xbox, and all of these things, and we'd all play couch co-op and like do like tournaments and stuff to see who, like, we'd play Halo 1. Oh my god, so many good games. And this was one of them. We would play the mini games. There was one mini game that I remember. It's when you're on the board and you each play as, you can choose your character that you want to play as from the game, and basically the point of it is to try to knock each other down. Like, you'd basically chop off a part of the board and try to knock each other down, and like, you'd have X amount of lives and you'd just try to kill each other. And the longer the game goes on, the smaller the board gets. It just naturally shrinks, because when you knock off pieces of the board, they come back. But it was just such a fun game mode. That was my favorite one by far as a child. Another really fun game mode, like I said, the board one, where like you paint the board and try to knock each other off. That was easily my favorite one. It was so chaotic all the time, I remember, and it was just super amounts of fun. But another fun one was this one where you playing it now, it's kind of just, it's whatever. Like, I could still have fun with it for sure if me and my friends were playing it or whatever, or me and my brothers. But it was like, you all had your baskets and there's apples falling from the trees, and you got to try to catch as many as you can, and you can like shove each other out of the way and stuff. It's just a 2D like moving back and forth, but it's pretty funny because you'll like, I think to push them out of the way, you have to like move into them and press A or something, and you kind of like swap with them. So like, sometimes you'd have somebody, sitting under an apple ready for it to fall in their basket, and last second you'll just push A and push them out of the way and get it for yourself. It was such a good time. Me and my brothers, oh my god, we constantly battled each other in that one. It was so fun. And then there was the other one. This one's probably my least favorite, mainly because I sucked at it. It was like, you'd have to, I don't even remember how it worked 100%, because honestly, it was my least favorite. I sucked at it, and that's why it was my least favorite. I still had fun with it every now and then, but, it definitely wasn't my preferred game mode. It was like, you all started at, the starting line, and you basically had to press A or B to jump. I think I'm getting this right. You had to press A or B to jump, and then, you'd fall in the water if you... So, like, A would jump over one platform, and then B would skip one. And then, so you'd basically, say you were jumping and there's a bunch of lily pads lined up, you'd keep jumping on the lily pads, and then say you come to a spot where there's water, then a lily pad, you'd press B to jump over that spot. And if you press the wrong button, you'd fall into the water, and then you'd go back that spot that you fell in, and you'd be like falling behind the other players. So that was the idea of that game mode. I really, my mind when I was a child constantly would get confused on which one A and B did or whatever. So I lost that one a lot with my brothers, but it was still fun nonetheless, and it's definitely a part of the fun of that game and a part of the childhood memories for sure. And this game was just absolutely fantastic from top to bottom. So I mean, that's pretty much everything I had to say about this game. I just really wanted to, you know, relive the memories, talk with you guys about it, share my love for this game, and hear what you guys have to say. I really would love for Nintendo to get another Kirby game where this mechanic exists, the combining of abilities. I want to see that in a modern Kirby game, or just remake this one, port it, whatever. It would be, actually, I think it's in the Nintendo Switch Online. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't remember exactly, but either way, I would like to see it in just a new Kirby game, this mechanic where you combine the abilities and stuff, because it was such a unique and fun thing to experiment with. But that's pretty much everything I have to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Would you like to see a new Kirby game with this mechanic? Have you played any Kirby games? Are you interested? Are you interested in trying this one if you've never played it? You know, let me know what kind of fun memories you have with this game from your childhood. I'd love to hear it down below. And that's gonna be it from me. So thank you everybody so much. If you stuck around till now, I really appreciate you. You're awesome. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.